Hello everybody, and welcome to another installment of Painting with a Grumpy Old Man. I'm Mike Tarver, or the Grumpy Old Man, as my kids call me. It is so good to see you guys today. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing going. Refresh it here. We'll start painting. Alrighty there. So this is going to be awesome today. While I'm waiting for folks to get online, I think I will just put up some of my paints. A little ochre yellow. I like the ochre yellow. And a little burnt sienna out here. If you're watching me on YouTube, do not edit my videos. I just paint them, and then what happens, what happens. Let's see. I'll put a little blue out because I like to have a little blue to cool the shadows a little bit. But I won't have too much blue out here. There we go. A little bit of blue. Don't want to waste too much of the blue. A little black out so that I can sketch with it. I like to sketch with the black. Use it for trees and stuff in the background. And I'm going to get some more yellows here today. I'm going to do a lot of yellows. Thinking a nice brown background here. So they're almost desert colors today. We'll of course have a little bit of everything. A little pure white out here. I just got them going. Love some of these colors that I have out here. And I'm going to be painting here on this pink background. A lot of people don't know why that's done, but I can tell you that it is done to keep the eye from getting distracted by all that white. That white can get really distracting. You do not want that. And so, organize my paints and my brushes. And here's what I'm looking for. Some dark burnt umber. And I'm going to do sort of a farm scene today without a farm, if that makes sense to you. I'm going to have the sky back here, but the sky is going to be a very bright color because I want a yellowish reddish sky, and I can do that because it's my painting and my world, and if you want to do that on your paintings in your world, you can absolutely do that. Art is what you want it to be, how you want it to be. If people don't like it, well, that's their problem, not yours. Paint with your passion, and that'll show through in your painting. And I think you'll find that you're really going to enjoy painting a lot more, and you're going to end up with a better product, I think, if you just kind of do things you want to do. This is going to be my horizon line here. Nothing very particular, special about that. But I think I'm going to have a road weaves around this way. Comes on that, and I'm going to have like a farmer's field here. And sort of rows of wheat and whatnot. And I think I'm going to spread this road out this way. Just come on over like that. And I'm just going to kind of color this in. I'm not really worried about the color right now. I will come back and fix the color on the road later. I'll just block in a few little colors here. A little dark to separate my eye out from what I'm doing. Hello, how you doing today? Thanks for joining. Who am I talking to? Max? Maxuba. Okay, Maxuba, thanks for joining, grumpy old man. I paint two basic types of paintings. Although I can paint other paintings, at my age I've come to find out I like doing Impressionist painting. Really loose brush, really a lot of movement in the paints. And I like doing abstracts. And those are the two that I sell most of. So I have collectors that collect certain different types of my work. And those are the two I guess people like to see the best. Flatten that. I'm going to bring that out a little bit just to make it not look so daggone weird. Alright, there we go. Okay, that's going to be my road. I'm going to have a beautiful sky up here, but not the, I'm sort of going to be a sunrise, sunset type of sky that's going to be not blue. I know people think you got to have a blue sky, but guess what? You do not have to have a blue sky. You can have any kind of sky you want. The pink background, a lot of that's going to show through. So I'm not going to get too deep into it. And I just like to do a lot of little dashes. I could even darken that up just a touch, I think. Give me a little bit darker color here. Let's try that. Yeah, that's better. And I'm just going to come in here. And that's about the darkest that my sky is going to get, is this color. It'll get lighter as it goes to the horizon. Remember, yellows fade. And they tend to be a little translucent, meaning you can see things through them, which is just perfectly fine with me because the pink is going to come through and accent that sky just gorgeous. And I like nice, thick, little dashes. The undercoating, the underpainting is a little dark, or is a little wet, I'm sorry, and that's fine. That's fine. It can blend in there, gives a nice, beautiful orange hue. And this is not particularly rocket science, and you don't have to be a genius. Who else joined us here today? All right, let's see who we got. Christopher Wright. Chris, it's good to see you again. Thanks for coming back, man. I always appreciate you guys when you come back and visit me. But yeah, today we're doing a lighter sky, and it's going to lighten up a little bit as I go. But I like to paint because painting helps me contemplate the weird things in life. Helps me think about why people do the weird things they do. We're weird. People are strange. People are like, oh no, this person's strange. No, we're all strange. We're just strange in different kinds of ways, and that's okay. And that's the beauty of it. You can be just a little bit odd in your own way, and that's fine. If we were all the same, that would be boring. I like difference between people. Everybody's not like me, and that's good because that would be a very annoying world if somebody was like me, if everybody was like the grumpy old man. So that would be a very annoying thing. You see this is a little bit lighter yellow I'm bringing in here, and I'm going to go sort of up top of it a little bit. It blends in with the other, and I'm not going to. A lot of times I'll use a blending brush and blend. I'm not going to do that today. I want it rough. I want the sky to be screaming at me. Scream at me, sky. Oh man. But yeah, this helps me. Painting helps me focus. I like to drop in little splotches of light in different places. But I love to think of this. I mean, driving home. And if you live in Georgia, I don't know if you do or not. If you've ever been to Georgia, nobody in Georgia's ever heard of taking a corner where you stay in your own lane. Okay, Georgians, I don't know what it is about us, but we always cut that curve off, especially like at a light and it's really annoying and you want to go, but this person is halfway in your lane, or you feel like you pulled up too far. It's not you, it's the other guy. That's where road rage comes from. I remember my dad used to take me to school in the morning, and I loved this time spent with my dad. You know, pretty cool. But one morning my mom had to take me because my dad was busy, he had to go to work. And I remember it was very confusing. It was a very confusing ride to me. I probably was about 6 or 7. And my mom looked at me concerned and she goes, "Michael, what's the matter?" And I go, nothing's wrong, Mom. I was just wondering where all the knuckleheads and dingbats went today. Because that's what my dad called everybody. You knucklehead, you dingbat. It was hilarious. So I'm guessing Mom had a talk with him later on about knuckleheads and dingbats with the 6-year-old in the car. But my dad was a good man. Died very young, very unfortunate. But yeah, old knucklehead. It was hilarious. I'm lightening up again, just lightening up and lightening up. When I come to the horizon, I like it really, really light, like this. I'm going to work myself back in. I got a very pinky looking sky today. Gold and pink. It's very pretty. And I don't know, I just like this. This just looks pretty right here. Strangely enough, the ones with the weird skies are the ones that sell first. Go figure. But I like all my skies to be a little bit different. I don't want them all the same. That's boring. They're all the same, and it's the same painting. And you want to try not to reproduce or copy yourself. It's a huge thing. People do not want to see the same painting over and over and over. Although a lot of them are going to be similar. I mean, whatever your art style is, that's going to be a lot of how you paint your particular style, and so I almost just got so wet. I almost got to just put little blotches on. Now I always like to drop little light splotches in different places, the light reflecting off, and I can blend it back a little bit. Don't want any of my dashes too big because this is a very small sky today. My horizon line is way up, and I don't want it to be too large. If I have a huge sky, I'll have a lot bigger dashes and dots. And I work out from the light and get into the darker a little bit, working outward. Yeah, man, I had it. Couldn't figure out where those dingbats went. Love you, Dad, up there in heaven. There's some different colors here and there. Give it a little rougher look for the evening. Okay, that's not bad. Now I'm going to do something that's very odd. Most people look at me strange, but if you're an artist, you've done this. And every artist has a brush that looks something like this. I mean, it's all crookedy, tore up. It's quite the quite the thing here, man. But I'm gonna come in with the color blue, and I'm gonna make a really ragged sort of tree line here. And I don't really have to add colors to this because the natural, the yellows that I have in the sky actually will turn these trees, this blue, slightly green. But it's a very natural looking sky. And you're like, oh, look, there's trees out there. Are there really? They're not. Hey, somebody else joined. Who joined me today? All right. Good to see ya. Looks like Rad Trisha. So I'm going to guess your name is Trisha. Probably short for Patricia. It's good to see you guys. Man, I love it when people join me to paint. Grumpy old man painting. Okay. So basically what you see here is I got a sky that's really light and orangey and stuff. And I have a tree line back through here. And it's like, it's not fancy or anything like that. And painting is not that hard. It takes a little practice, and you after a while you'll find that you develop your own style. But I just paint how I want to paint, and if somebody likes it, then thank you. Enjoyed it. You guys feel free to talk to me if you want. I can almost read. I am old. I have trifocals. It's like bifocals, but worse. So, being a little bit blind, I'm going to reach over here, grab a little red paint. And I have some pink paint here, and I might come back and use it later, or I might use it on a separate painting. Get out of there, you old jerk. That sounded very rude. I'm very sorry for that. This paint has no manners whatsoever. Let me just take that off and come like that. There we go. Don't need a lot of red paint today. I got plenty on the palette. But I wanted a darker red. And I'm going to add it to my yellows. And brighter yellows the farther away I go. I like to have brighter yellows. So we're going to have a lot of beautiful wheat out here today. Just get these really bright ones up here. The sun's just really hitting on them. Now, I don't cover up my road everywhere, but you know, a little here, a little there, and back through here. Okay. And I haven't even touched my road yet, so I'm not really worried about how it's going to look at this juncture. Cool greens and some yellows back up in here. All right, that looks beautiful. I just like little flicks, dots and dashes, flicks. And I will come around the edge like this because I don't want to cover the road per se, but I do want to have color behind the wheat. And I want to do that without covering up my road here. So I'm going to come in with some yellows through here. And on the back side here, I'm going to come with a little darker yellow. Don't ask me why, but it just seems like the right thing to do at this juncture of my life. This is going to be a cute little wheat field. A little field of grain or something hay that you might see, especially in Georgia where I live. There's a lot of hay out here, especially when I'm driving. Everybody keeps going, "Hey, get off the road!" But yeah, this is Georgia has some of the most beautiful scenes in the world, and I've been all over. Colorado's gorgeous, Utah's gorgeous, Germany super pretty, and I've been a lot of places where it's really pretty. I should have put some in here. These are going to be taller when it gets to this point. Lots of variegated colors. You don't want everything the same color. You want some oranges in here. And I'm just really putting on paint very thickly. And so if you're right next to it, you say, oh my gosh, you're wasting a lot of paint. It's not wasting. I'm using a lot of paint. Trying to keep everything vertical. A tendency I have, or most people do, I guess, is when they start going around curves, they tend to curve too. But you don't want to curve. You want this hay standing straight up in the air. Right? It's hay up there where people can see. Get some reds in here. Trying not to get too fancy. And it looks like I'm going to have to get more yellow out here. These are going to be longer ones coming from here like this. These are closer to us. The pink just looks really gorgeous coming through this whole process. Remember, every part of the brush is fair game. Scratch up this paint along the edge here. I'm going to come back and fix the road later. Not too worried about it. But I want this thick, 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 thick. I'm going to come in with different colors every once in a while. Because you have browns and greens and all kinds of different. Go around the curve here. Just a really, I'm going to get some more light yellow. I like the light yellow, and I'll knead it up here. I'll start doing these guys. But you can see this is a very easy style to paint, and very fun, very lighthearted. I enjoyed it a lot. But yeah, this is fun, baby. If it ain't fun, don't do it, people. I'm just telling you. What's the point? You should only do it if you enjoy it. This is acrylic paint, so it will dry darker. Know that. Just know that. And so, what seems overly bright right now will most likely not be overly bright later on. And I'm cutting in different colors here and there. It's like because the fields are not all just one color. They're brown and red and yellow and green, and all those colors are represented here. I do come up here like that. Mainly just to clean my brush off a little bit. But, as I get deeper and darker, I will add slightly darker colors to these closer to me, because they would be darker. The closer you get to it, the darker the colors, the more vivid they are. And you don't want it too light. Just want these beautiful fields of, every once in a while, poke a red in here. Just to say I poked a red in there. Coming on down. I'll eat up part of that road over there. And this is going to go really thick here. I want it thick enough so you can sand a piece of wood with it when you're done. Okay. And we're going to come back over here and do the same thing. This will not be the end of the painting. Do not worry. And again, out here, I'm lighter. And then you can see there's some oranges and stuff in here. And they kind of reflect the color of the sky, right? The nice oranges and browns that you're finding. Okay. I'm going to empty my brush out right here. Just a second. I don't like to waste paint, and I know that I can absolutely get out here. These are real fine. Farther away here. Real fine. I'm just tapping them in like this right here. Check it out, people. You can tap them in just like me, like the grumpy old man. Again, you guys have probably heard it 100 times. You can buy my paintings on eBay on the 99-cent auction at MITAR_2742. And they go pretty cheap, so get on there and get you one. I'm just trying to keep my house empty, which is why I sell them. But as they get closer, as they get a little thicker. Keeping this perspective straight up and down. Very important that you keep the perspective straight up and down. Now on this side, I'm going to go a little darker. And the reason I'm going to do that is because this is a darker side. Less sunshine on this side. Just wiping it in. Every once in a while, I'll throw some dark, really dark in here. Maybe I'll drop a little red right here. You don't know what's going to happen when the grumpy old man gets behind the easel. This is such therapy for me. I get so much joy out of this that you can't even imagine. But you can just see how quickly the beauty of something like this comes out. And it's really not, I didn't go to art school. My high school art teacher told me I couldn't draw water from a well. So, and that sounds terrible, but she is so right. Drawing is not my core strength, I should say. I'm going to come out here with some nice darkies like that. Again, give it a more variegated look. If everything's the same color, then it just is, one color. And that's no go. That's not a good thing. Tilt these over the edge like this right here, down the bottom. Okay? And I think I'm going to tap in a few more. I got some red glinting off of it. Okay? So there's, that's a pretty easy farmer's field to do in the Impressionist style. So I'm going to come in here and mix a color. I'm just going to come back through here. You won't see all the road. You'll see part of it, and I'm not going to get rid of all of it. I like it to be kind of broke up in dashes and dots too. Do a lot of dashes and dots, people. That's what happens when you're an Impressionist painter. And I can correct any thing that I don't like. I just come through here like this. On down the old dirt road. Get nice and dark down here with my burnt umber. And I'm going to add some colors probably that will surprise you. But this is so much fun right here. And oh man. You guys can catch my videos on YouTube if you miss them. I have a bunch of them on there now. If you need some sleep. I'm no Bob Ross, so I'm not the sleep champion like that guy. But I loved Bob Ross. Can't find one of his paintings now for less than 10 grand. So, little old dirt road in the middle of nowhere here. I'll drop some light colors in here. Come back with some darker colors toward the bottom. And I'll leave the blues, and I'll leave my paint really thick. I don't really care. Thick paint is fun to look at. Apparently. And that's really just how simple this is. I might even go a little darker back here. Okay. If you have blues, I'm going to drop in. You can drop in some little blues right here. Acts like a little shadow almost. And I'm going to work them in so that they're kind of disappearing. And just come back with more yellows, go right over top of them, but I'll leave the blue shadow behind it. There we go. Drag that paint on down till it's almost More colors, the happier I am. I love them colors. All right. Okay. So, not much more can be done there. And that will be painting number 1 for today. Oh, somebody else joined us. Welcome to the party. Addison, how you doing, baby? What do you think of this beautiful painting? It is pretty awesome. Addison's one of my students. She is awesome. She's an awesome student. So let's take a look at this one before I bring the next one up. See that one? It's really pretty. This will be on my eBay. In the 99-cent auction, I will sign it when it dries because it's easier to sign when it's dry. So I'm going to do that one. And I'm just going to move over here for a second. And you can put this one in landscape form as well. So let's see what we got here. Okay. Alrighty then. How are you doing today, folks? Feel free to talk to me. I don't at all mind having people talk to me. Alright. I'm gonna come down here. Now this is gonna be abstracted a little bit. I'm not really worried about it being perfect. Gotta go this way though. Gotta keep these lines going this way. They gotta be parallel. If they're not parallel, bad things happen. Bring another parallel line, see about right there. I'm going to leave that blank right now because I'm going to put a blue sky in behind it. They'll never know. So I'm going to come right here like this and put a little building all the way down. Stay vertical. But Mr. Tarver, your building is wiggle-woggling. Yes, my building is wiggle-woggling. It's okay. It is okay. And come straight across like that. I'm going to come straight down here. Make another one. This is just a little cityscape. It's not a thing of perfection or anything like that, but I just like the little cityscapes here. Straight down here at the end of the road. All right. There we go. Nice little town here. I'm sure the people here are almost friendly. Okay. So I got a bunch of colors on here, so let's see what we can do. Let's make some buildings, folks. We're experimenting right now. This is going to be my experimental painting. I like to do at least one experimental painting a day. Find the brush that you love the most. And be sure you'll never find it because it's never anywhere near you. Okay, I'm going to go with this guy. Nice flat brush here. And what are we going to do? Let's have an interesting color town. This guy down here, nice and orange. This is a colorful. This is like when I was over in Asia, in Korea. Man, the buildings were just so extremely colorful that you couldn't believe how colorful they were. I like the colors, man. I like the colors. And I'll come back through and jiggle jaggle with all these eventually. And while I'm doing this, I want to go ahead and put the road down. I'm going to put it black, but it will change, believe me. But just for some reason, the black here, if you don't like using black, you can use dark green or any other color. I know that a lot of artists will use a dark green or just dark purple, which sometimes I will actually use a dark purple to get the effect that I want. Come on through here like this. You really got to experiment when you're painting, when you're doing art. You got to experiment because that's what makes it fun. If I just come out here and I'm like, oh great, let's do it. It's not art. Then it's reproducing paintings. So I just like I don't really come with a plan, except for if I see something that I liked during the day. And I don't buy this high-end material because guess what? Once you put paint over this canvas, it's the same thing as a really expensive canvas. It will last just as long. I don't go out and buy, $400 brushes because that's ridiculous. I can't afford $400 brushes. And who can? This is just a dark brown here, making little rooftops. Maybe I'll make this one a different color here. No, I don't want that. I want this. This is going to become a sky later on, so I'm going to do this. Take my little scraper. And this stuff is acrylic, so it dries extremely fast. So don't worry if you put the paint in the wrong place. Maybe we'll dark blue roof out here. There you go. Like the blue roof. All right, we're doing good. Doing good. I'm gonna mix a color that I didn't have before. I got this. I like this. It's sort of a neutral color, almost a tan, but I really like it. And these paintings do not take long. You can get them done in minutes. If I'm not talking, I can whip about 10 of these out. So feel free to I'm just mixing all kinds of colors here and give me this. Different colored buildings. I like colors. I don't like drab. Although I will add some drab to it because it kind of gives it a more natural feeling. But I think the road should go all the way over here like this. There we go. So very dark color right here. I am going to actually come back and fill this puppy in with something else in a little while. Gray, probably. I hear my cat scratching stuff in my background, so stop scratching stuff, you crazy cat. People are watching my show. You're making me grumpy. Truly making me the grumpy old man with that scratching. These colors are not perfect, and I'm not intending to make them perfect. I come back and do a lot of stuff on this that changes the way it looks. Come back with another blue roof here. Mm-hmm. It's my world and I can do anything I want. Oh, it's gray. Grays are fun and attractive. Now I'm going to actually come back and touch up with different colors here and there. So it won't all be one shade. This is an old city, you got old colors. Give it sort of a look of maybe there's something there. I don't want, in this particular painting, I don't want all one color. I want a lot of different colors. Reds and blues and stuff. This is the city. Give it a nice, I'll put a sidewalk right here. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to really lighten this bad boy up. Maybe on the thing, I don't want it to look just like any old, because this is an old city, their paint's not perfect, so come with a lot of different colors. Lighten this up a little bit. Oh yeah, that looks well average. Yeah, that's how it looks. There's some streaks in here. A beautiful little color. Oh yeah, I like that there. I'll make some more of that now. This building's a little bit lighter down here. Okay, come back with my nice sidewalk. Maybe I'll come up with a nice sidewalk here too. This road's curving a little bit. Let's do that. That's the end thing. And of course, all the little dashes and stuff on here. Give it a little look of reality there. Up toward the end of the street. Little dashes and dots to make it look like things are running away. Strokes get a little bit longer toward the base here. I'm not making this too outlandish. I want the street to be black. I really do like that blue though. Get some blues in here. Alrighty then. Come back here, hit a black right there. That's beautiful. Maybe a black right there. Alright, how's it looking, guys? How's this looking? Hope you're enjoying it. Okay, I'm going to start by making pretty much just a blue sky. And so, right up through here, I'm going to make little dark dashes, and these will lighten up considerably in a minute. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got it under control. I like that. Something like this, I like to come in with my dark color first, and then you can see I leave a lot of pink in the background there. I'm not covering that up because I want it to be beautiful. Beautiful just like me. Look at this. Alright. Now go find your counselor and get your counseling. Alright, so, awesome. Blue sky in here. It is not nighttime, so do not worry. I could make it nighttime, that would be kind of neat. But to me, that's just too dark today. I feel like I need some lightness in my soul. Addison, I hope they didn't take you to the dentist or nothing today. I hope they took you to a treat instead. That would be way much better. I know you were worried, but I hope everything's okay. And if it's not, So I love you and I'm praying for you. Come back in with the second coat. Making my sky lighter and lighter. There's that go. So I think I'm gonna have some interesting things on this road today. I feel like it needs to be really super special. Coming in with the lighter. And down here at the bottom, I like a really light on the end of the road. You kind of see how things are. And I'm just bringing it on up. I can keep my edges straight if I want. Just take my little end here and just straight down and down. Beautiful. And always tapping edges here like to make it really consistent. I think that looks better there. Let's cover up these ugly things. Yeah, there you go. Tapping in a nice light blue sky. A little darker as it goes higher. Work it in. Blend it down a little bit. I don't like to overblend, but sometimes you need to blend just a little more so you can see where your color is going to end up. Going to go into some more whites. More whites. I want to lighten it all up just a touch. But I want the sky to be alive. I don't want this dead, unmoving sky, so you got to have this nice brush work here. Lighten it up a little bit. And it's not going to be too bright during the day. It's going to kind of be darker. Drop out the whites and feed them into almost clouds up here. Yeah, like that. Nice blue sky, it didn't have to be perfect. Okay, now how do we know that this is a city? Well, they've got windows. So we're going to find or create or do something that shows that we have windows. I'm going to use a very bright yellow because I really like the yellows. There you go. Actually pull this white over here. But I think this brush is just a touch too small. So let us get a bigger brush. Where are you bigger brushes? I'll use this guy. A little flat brush. Look there, buddy. Lit up little skylight. You gotta have it. Won't be quite so bright that far away, right? Looking like a city now. Oh, maybe I want to dab these in a little bit darker. A little brighter. Yeah, like that. Okay, that looks good there. Too much blue here. I like it kind of thick, this paint. People say, that's too thick. Guess what? You're wrong. It's only too thick when I say it's too thick because I'm the one painting the picture. Alright. This bad boy here will get 2. Do not be afraid to use paint. A lot of people are afraid to use paint. Oh, somebody joining us. Jay, good to see you, buddy. How you doing? A lot of people online with me today. That's awesome. This is a cityscape, and I really, really enjoy doing the old cityscapes. Sort of a ghost town. A little light down here like this. Okay, now I'm going to do something kind of weird. But that's okay, I am kind of weird. And even though this is a deserted street, the ghosts need a place, need to be able to see. So I'm going to find a very small brush, maybe. Okay. It's in here, believe me, people. I came to work with it. Alright, yeah. This bad boy right here, one of my favorites. And this, of course, is abstracted. The city looked like this. The taxpayers are getting seriously ripped off. Okay. I'm just going to make a little thing you hardly even see it down there. It's so far away. Just little lampstands in the night. This one will be a little bit larger. Make sure you get it right. Or you'll have a dark, dark night. Right about here. I don't want to line them up exactly. I'm kind of offset. And I have the street lamps for the ghost at night. Bad boy right about here. And this is just really fun. I really just enjoy doing this. Had trouble staying awake at school today. I was very tired. Out late to church. Always makes me tired. And so it was tough today. I'm not going to put one down here. I'm going to run these black streaks through here. Okay? Now, acrylic paint, the beauty of it, it dries fast enough for me to do something else. And so I am going to reach over here. I haven't even opened that white, so I'm not going to use that one. I like to use them if I haven't opened them. Wait till I exhaust everything. I'm going to go right here. Squirt out a little bit of white here. There we go. Use my little handy dandy mixer that I got from Walmart for 99 cents. And make this yellow very light yellow, because we got darker yellow on the windows. But I don't want the street lamps to be darker because they're closer. And so I'm going to go with a lighter color here. Hopefully won't mess up. Now I got to go in tight here, folks, because getting those little globes on there is not always that easy. Globes aren't those cute? Those good. I'm going to make this one just a little bit bigger because it's pretty close to me. They get a little bit bigger as they come up. This one gets even bigger yet. There you go. And then the biggest of all the big ones. Bad boy right there. Now here's the interesting part. I'm going to get most of this paint out of a brush, but I'm going to make a little round circle area here underneath each one of these lights. And this one's going to be a little bit bigger and brighter. And I just actually take my finger and do that. Get a little bit wet. You can get this reflection on these lamps. You don't want it to be too crazy. Don't want to be too cray with it. Be going nice right there. Here. I need more. I can always just add a little bit more. I want that to be just a touch brighter. Right there. Okay. And then you have little streaks of light on our road. Not too terribly dark, not too terribly light. Some nice little cityscape, city street here. If I wanted to, I could draw people on it. I just really don't want to. There we go. And there we have our cityscape. It is quite beautiful. Man, it was so much fun hanging out with you guys. I had a blast today. I needed it. I was kind of grumpy when I got home today. So my beloved wife Karen sent me out to the garage, my paint studio, and said, go paint before I kill you. So I did. I went out and painted before I got killed. Because getting killed is like super uber bad. Don't get painted. Don't get killed. Wait till after you painted. I am just so happy you guys all could join me, and that just felt great when people are with me. Feel free to talk, man. I like it when people talk to me. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll get just the checks in the mail. I'll get it right back to you. I want to I think that just looks really cool right there. Nice evening in the city. Walk down the street, drop off the end of the world. Don't ask me why, that's just the way it is. Well, I cannot wait to see you guys again. I've already painted 2 paintings today. If you didn't get to see both the paintings, man, you guys need to come back and look at those on YouTube. They'll be up in the next few days on YouTube. And you can buy them again on eBay at MITAR_2742. And it's on the 99-cent auction. You just bid away, man. Just bid away. Let's put a little light here. Why can't I stop? Stop, Mike, stop. Sun, come on up here like this. Feeding it out. Okay. There you go. I like that fuzzy look. All right, so yes, this and many, many more. If you can't find what you like there, go to my Poshmark account. You can always DM me on the site if you want something that is on there, but you don't want to pay the price that is on Poshmark. Just DM me and I'll move it over to we'll agree on a price and I'll send it to you, or I'll move it over to eBay where you can get it probably much cheaper. So if you see something on there you really like, I have people who collect, people who like to buy my stuff all over the nation, and so I hope I put enough love into this for everybody. I hope you enjoyed my show today. Before I go, I'm going to show you the other one in case you missed it. I did a hayfield. See if I can get all the way back here. Did a hayfield, Georgia hayfield. We have a lot of hayfields here in Georgia, and This one is just bright and beautiful, and oh man, it's just so awesome. And again, you can find it. I sign these before I sell them, and they come with a letter of authenticity. So if you're collecting, so if you like that, you know, kind of shiny here, that's a beautiful painting. You can find it on eBay because that's where they're going to be in the next few days. And really enjoyed your time with me. Please come back. Please come back. I do these. I don't have a schedule, and I don't edit. I don't edit these. They're exactly how you see them. I don't edit the show because it's alive. I could edit it to go on eBay, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it the way it is. So, guys, love you all. Peace out. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay off my lawn. Grumpy Old Man out. Or not. You're dancing. Okay, there we go. Thank you.